representing the legendary Al Davis, and the team's will to just win, baby. The torch is lit before every game inside of Allegiant Stadium, as these fans hope it indeed drives their Raiders to victory in Vegas. As the work week kicks off tonight, another week of football comes to an end with a Monday night primetime contest between the Dallas Cowboys and the Las Vegas Raiders.
Daniel Carlson to kick off for Las Vegas.
Daniel Carlson ready to get us started. And here we go on Monday Night Primetime. Here's Kevontae Turpin on the return. He stopped on the run back at the 27. So here come the Cowboys for their opening drive. And they're brought out by a quarterback celebrating a decade now as an NFL starter. Originally the 135th pick back in that 2016 NFL Draft, it's Dak Prescott.
I don't think I'm alone in this, Kate. To me, Dak is one of the easiest players to root for their success in the NFL. I think for me and for many others, it's based on all he's overcome, from tough playoff losses to significant injuries. But his leadership, his stats, his ability to play like an MVP in big moments, at his best, he really is all you could ever ask for.
Throwing again is Dak. Has him on the quick hitter. And the Raiders get to it! That return actually went backward a little bit, but I imagine, Brock, they'll be happy enough just taking possession. Man, this is a tough ask of your defense so early in a game, Brock, sending them out on short notice and a short field after you fumble it away.
But these are the critical moments defensively you got to live for, right? This is called sudden change. They practice this, and it's your time to put out this fire.
So here come the Raiders now for their opening drive. And leading them out, you and I have both covered this guy, Brock, a veteran drafted back in 2013, coming off a career high in passing yards last season. It's Geno Smith.
Not been a whole lot of careers quite like Geno's. The miraculous second act of his career in 2022 is now old news. And I think it's because of a stubbornness, a stick-to-itiveness, and a competitiveness that few have.
Give him a few yards on that run. It's 2nd and 7.
A 3-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 7.
From the 36. Fights off the pressure. And he's able to drive this to the 29 before the stop. That's good for 7 yards. And that's a Vegas first down.
First down. 1st and 10 at the 29-yard line.
You know, that's one of those little mental Rolodex plays. Right before the snap, you know if the read isn't there, that option isn't there, you can use your legs to make the adjustment and go get the first down.
First down, Smith to throw. That one's on the mark, Jacoby Myers. The big play, and that's him 17 yards. And that's good for a Raiders first.
That's another.
You know what I like about that, Kate? I like that they're not coming out slow. They're willing to go with some looks here that will yield big yardage down the field instead of just settling for dinking and dunking the ball.
Escapes the pocket. And he's able to get it to the 2 before the stop.
Tick, 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 tick. You know, his internal clock right there told him it was time to escape, and good thing he listened to it. He was able to make something out of nothing and at least move them forward.
This is Genty on 2nd. And he's stopped as we get closer to our first point to this ball game. It's going to be 1st and goal now.
Hey, Kate, you want to see a picture in the football dictionary of staying on schedule? That was it.
1st and goal.
On the sneak at Smith. And he gets in. Touchdown! The Raiders get a perfect start. They've gone up 6-0. Geno Smith with a touchdown on a quarterback sneak to the end zone.
Kate, I think 2 things were at play here. Not just the brute force to get it done on the QB sneak, but also the element of surprise to run it on 1st down. Job well done.
Daniel Carlson on for the PAT. Extra point set right down the middle. And the Raiders will jump out to a 7-0 lead.
Cowboys nothing. Daniel Carlson, the kickoff for the Raiders.
Carlson all set now for the kickoff. Turpin with a return. And in the end, he's able to get it to what used to be a touchback. It's at the 25-yard line. Back out come the Cowboys for their second drive. They watch their fumble turn into points, so feeling maybe a little bit of an urge to make up for that now in this series. Offense emptying the backfield as they come up here. 1st and 10. First down, here's Dak. That's complete. It's Javonte Williams. And he's up to the 35-yard line as they reel him in.
Okay, I know exactly what's going to happen. I've seen it once. I've seen it 100 times. Next week on the practice field, this running back's going to say, see, I'm not just a running back. I can play receiver. And you receivers, you couldn't do my job, but I just showed you I could do yours.
That's going to do it for our first quarter here on Monday Night Primetime. It's an early lead for the Raiders. We'll return to Allegiant Stadium right after this. Second quarter all set to begin, and it'll be Cowboys football. They're looking at second and pretty short. Straight ahead with Williams. They stopped him just in time. He got back to the line, but denied the yard they needed. Third down coming up.
Kate, it's amazing how fast these guys are on the field and how fast your fortunes can turn. Second and short run, you're feeling good about yourself. But with a negative play, well, now comes a critical third down.
Third down, 1 yard to go. Dak to the air here. And the Raiders get there and take him down. And a couple of really good plays, Brock, made back-to-back behind the line to bring up fourth down. The Cowboys setting out their punting unit. Back deep for the Raiders, Trey Tucker. And he gets his guys a few yards before they bring him down on the return. Now for the second time this game, we get a look at the Raiders' offense. And so far, they've executed exactly how they drew it up, Brock. Early lead, no points allowed, and a chance now to seize control of the game on their second possession.
And Kate, generally, offenses love to script their first 10 to 15 plays. Well, this entire game script is playing out just the way they want to.
A good starting spot for the Raiders as they come up 1st and 10. First play is going to be a give to Genty. And this drive's quickly headed in the wrong direction. First play set down behind the line.
This is one of those plays that I wish we had the huddle mic'd up, Kate, because I can assure you that offensive line in their own way is telling that running back, sorry, we did not give you any chance.
Open ahead in the right direction and save this drive early. Here's 2nd and 13. From the gun, Smith. Searches from the pocket. Now he's forced out. And he rips off good yardage, but it will not move the chains. So it's the 2-minute warning here from Allegiant. It's the Raiders. With it, 3rd and 2. Shotgun snap to Smith. Completed to his running back. And he's out of bounds after getting this one to the opposing 45-yard line. He manages a gain of 8 there. And that's a Vegas first down.
Hey, Kate, they don't rightly care who it's going to go to in that situation. All they really care about are the results on 3rd down. And that's exactly the result they needed. Enough to keep this drive moving.
Escapes the pocket. They're going to keep moving forward, Brock, down inside the opposing 30. They'll get 18 yards there. And that's good for a Raiders first.
Vegas. 1st and 10 at the 27-yard line.
You know, these are the type of plays that really get an offense going. This is a chance for a QB to inspire the guys around him, calling his own number, carrying his teammates to a first down on that big run. That inflates an offense, and it can suck the wind out of that defense.
And finally, they're able to stop this play from getting any more yards. The Cowboys signaling for their first time out. And they are quite frustrated having to call that after giving up the first.
Vegas. First and goal at the 4-yard line.
They'll break the huddle and come up on first and goal. And they keep him out of the end zone. Can't even get beyond the line. Touchdown denied. Now Dallas is going to call its second timeout, as they'll meet and decide what to do on this second down.
It may not show up as much on the old stat sheet, just a short little QB run, but what that does, Kate, is so important. Keeps that defense honest, and in particular, those defensive linemen, those cleats in the ground, they're not just...
And he's into the end zone. Touchdown! The Raiders grow their lead just before halftime. No hesitation on that throw. He got the guy he wanted right away, and he got it to him for the touchdown.
You know, it's great, Kate, to draw up plays that have all sorts of different options, but it's even better when you don't have to get to your second read. His first broke open just like they planned, and that's 6 in the end.
Carlson to tack on the extra point. The point after splits the uprights. And the Raiders double their lead to 14.
Raiders 14. Cowboys nothing. Daniel Carlson to kick off for Las Vegas.
Carlson all set now for the kickoff. Turpin with a return. And he's brought down just inside the 25. The Cowboys offense headed out there. They're getting close to a minute to play, Brock, and they're going to need that time with a long field ahead. Starting out trips right here. 1st and 10. Dak now from the gun. Throwing quickly, but it's incomplete.
Safe to say there's been an early disconnect between the planning phase and the execution phase for this offense. Might be time, Kate, really to get back to basics, to the calls that you just trust the most.
Finds him over the middle. Short pickup to their own 31. Jermaine Pratt with the play defensively.
5 yards on the play.
Dak out of the pistol. And this time they're going to get to him before he can get that pass away as he goes down. And this defense makes the stop in a big way to bring up 4th down.
3 and out.
Dallas sends its punching unit onto the field. And this will be his second effort of the contest. All right, so they're only going to have enough time for one more snap here before we reach halftime.
At their own 45-yard line.
One last play before the break. All right, they're going to call a timeout. 3 seconds left. That means one last play in this half. Here comes the final play of our first half. Looking to throw. No luck on the connection. It's incomplete. So a 2-score game here at the break. Some work to be done as we get ready for the EA Sports Halftime Report with Scott Hanson. Scott?
All right, Kate, thanks very much. Welcome in, everyone, to the Orlando studios. Scott Hanson with you for a quick halftime report. We'll let both sides catch their breath and get their orange wedges as we're going to get ready for the third quarter action. So let's go back out to the stadium as we rejoin our broadcast team, Kate Scott and Brock Heward.
As always, big thanks to our guy Scott Hanson and everyone down in Orlando. We're back looking at a two-score game here, Brock, as our third quarter gets underway. Aubrey now to kick this one away. Here's White on the return. And that's going to set them up just beyond their own 20. Out come the Raiders. They'll have it first to begin the third quarter. Raiders just about ready for this one. It's 1st and 10. Smith to the air now. Finds him on the slant. And he's going to get this one at the 36-yard line. It's a pickup of 14 yards as the chains reset.
14 yards. And the Las Vegas first down. 1st and 10 at the 36-yard line.
Boy, they sure found the right route at the right time to hit the soft spot in that coverage. And that slant, it goes for big yardage.
There we go.
Smith on 1st down. Short pass brought in. And he's going to be driven out by a defender just before he can get it up to midfield. It's a gain of 11 there, and that picks up the first.
They like to say it's about the Jimmies and the Joes. I think that's about the X's and the O's. That's a well-drawn-up completion that nets them a first down.
1st and 10 now. Here's Smith. Looking slant route complete. And he drives this across midfield and down into enemy territory.
Good luck defending that short yardage slant. Just not going to happen. There's a reason. This is a go-to play for just about any quarterback in every situation.
Halfway to the marker. It's 2nd and 5. Smith yet again. Man downfield and Myers has it. And he's taken out of bounds as he gets it down near the red zone. That one goes for 25 yards. Yeah, Brian Schottenheimer saw that last play a little differently. He is challenging the ruling on the field. We're all watching that sideline here, seeing where those feet came down.
And no matter what they rule here, Kate, that was an outstanding effort just to make the catch.
Yeah.
Now we got to look and see, did he get both feet in with possession?
Brian Schottenheimer continuing to plead his case, but to no avail. That play is going to stand. On 1st down, here's Smith. And he stopped right as he reaches the 10. Well, when this guy's got it going on the ground, Brock, there isn't a more excited player on the field. And he has certainly been the most fun to watch in this one.
Yeah, he's been fun for you and me, Kate, but not this defense. You know, I remember asking Pete Carroll some years ago, is it harder than ever to play defense right now because of all the rules and regulations, everything else? He said, oh, yeah. You throw in these dual-threat quarterbacks.
And this time they're going to get to him before he can get that pass away as he goes down. And it's step one towards a goal line stand. Still going to need a couple more, though. 2nd and goal coming up.
Cowboys 16
1st and goal, you take a sack. I got nothing good to say about that. So let me flip it over on the other side where you got everything good to say. That's exactly what you want to do. You want to get them behind the sticks. You want to knock them backwards. And now you put a whole lot more pressure on that offense to respond.
After the sack, another pass on 2nd down. And he just got it away before the hit, but the pass winds up incomplete. It's going to be 3rd down.
incomplete.
He's been a frequent target throughout this game, Brock. We've seen that coverage tighten up a little bit more on him every time the ball's thrown his way.
Well, hasn't taken him off the board completely. He's still beating them for some catches, but that heightened focus defensively does lead to moments like that one where what would normally be a catch.
And he will score. Touchdown, Las Vegas. The Raiders grow the lead coming out of halftime. Brock Bowers, the touchdown. When you reach the status that he has around the league, Brock, well, we all, at this point, expect him to be making plays like this when he's targeted down near the end zone.
Yeah, I think the best thing I can say about this dude is he makes it look easy a lot of the time. And this game, trust me, is never easy. It speaks to how well he plays this position.
Carlson now to add one more. Right down the middle, it's good. And the Raiders stretch their lead to 21.
Raiders 21, Cowboys nothing. Daniel Carlson to kick off for the Raiders.
Carlson all set now for the kickoff. Turpin with a return. What a hit, and the ball's loose. Oh, and the kicking team's got it. No, we just don't see kick returns nearly as often as we used to, Brock, which makes impact plays on them like that so much rarer.
Yeah, that is so well said. Kind of reminds me of my son's baseball coach, right at a young age. You're always coaching those guys, hey, the ball's going to come to you. The ball's going to come to you every single pitch. The ball's going to come to you. And these kickoff cover guys, they got to think in their mind every time is my chance to make a play, and they just did.
Escapes the pocket. And he's going to be stopped, but not before he gets him all the way down to that 15-yard line. It's a gain of 12 there. And that's a Vegas first down.
As long as these are the results he's getting, they're going to be just fine with him calling his own number. He does such a good job of seeing the field and knowing when it's his time to take it himself.
They'll keep this drive moving and come to the line for 1st and 10. From the red zone now. Escapes the pocket. And the ground game works for the touchdown. The Raiders are running away so far. We've got a 27-zip game. Geno Smith with a touchdown.
With that score, this is now a time where this defense is going to get on that sideline, look at each other and say, hey, we got to play this quarterback a whole lot more honest because he is doing damage with his legs.
Carlson to tack on the extra point. Extra point sent right down the middle. And the Raiders grow their lead yet again. So just 1 quarter to go on Monday Night Primetime. And when we resume play, it'll be with a kickoff.
Daniel Carlson to kick off for
Carlson all set now for the kickoff. Turpin with a return. And this drive will start inside the 25. The Cowboys offense now headed back to the field. And if we're being honest, Brock, this game already over. It was a while ago, but still something for this offense to play for. They can try to avoid that shutout.
Yeah, it's kind of like a game like baseball, right? You're looking up at that scoreboard and you know it's impossible, but find some momentum, something good to build on for next week.
Williams fields the pitch. And he's brought down as the drive starts out with a 4-yard gain.
You know, Kate, that might be a little bit of a disappointing run to him. He wanted more. They always do. That's exactly what they were after offensively to get this drive moving.
2nd and 6 now. It's his running back. And this one only manages the arm before coming to an end out of bounds. It's going to be 3rd down.
That's a defense's goal, right, Kate? Just get us to 3rd down so we can have a chance to get off the field. And that was a good adjustment on that stop in particular, when the back ended up being the target, and they were able to keep him short of the sticks.
Down the field, he's got Lamb. And he's all the way across midfield, down inside that 45-yard line. It's a 30-yard gain, Brock, so unsurprisingly, that gives him a 1st down.
You know, Kate, we often talk about flipping the field in special teams, right? A kick return, a good punt. Well, an explosive play like that does the exact same thing. Look at the difference in field position. By hitting on that shot, you've totally flipped the field and the tone of this drive.
Here's Prescott, 1st and 10. Screen here for Williams. They get this down to the 28. They get 13 on the pickup. And it'll be 1st down, Dallas.
A gain of 13 yards. First down.
We're down to the 2-minute warning here in Vegas. Cowboys hoping to do some window dressing in the time remaining. And they've got themselves another 1st and 10. Now it's Prescott again. That's incomplete left side. No luck finding his receiver that time. And we'll see what they do here on 2nd down.
That is normally a gimme for this offense, these short throws. But the defense, well, they had just enough influence on that play to force the incompletion.
Throwing again is Dak. This is complete to Ferguson on left. And he gets absolutely popped to end that one.
Quarterbacks will look for their tight end short in just about any situation. They take away the deeper options. Well, there's their consistent source of positive yardage, the trusty tight end.
Prescott now to throw on 3rd down. He has the first over the middle. And he's going to be tackled, but still all the way down to the 6. Give him about 16 yards on that gain, Brock, and it sets him up with 1st and goal. Dak off the play fake. Oh, that's a tough one. Couldn't bring in the touchdown clean. It falls incomplete. It's going to be 2nd down.
Incomplete. Brings up 2nd and goal.
Throwing again, Prescott. And he takes it into the end zone for a Dallas touchdown. The Cowboys putting up points in a game decided. Now, this one has been a long game, no doubt. But, hey, something positive to look back on there.
But they didn't quit, Kate. And I know that sounds a little cliche at this professional level, but it really is an important thing. This one will still hurt, but they showed some execution and fire.
Aubrey good on the point after. And the Cowboys cut the lead by a quarter, down now to 21.
Cowboys 7.
Aubrey now to kick this one away. Rounby with the return. He stopped on the run back at the 27. The Raiders back on offense, led out by Geno Smith. And this defense, boy, just beyond frustrated this late in the game. How's a group supposed to deal with him as a passer, Brock, and dedicate the resources needed to slow down this type of day on the ground, too?
Hey, here we go, hey.
Genty from the gun. Stiff arm success. And he's going to be brought down here at the 42. Give him 15 yards on the pickup there. And that's good for a Raiders first.
Raider first down. 1st and 10 at the 42-yard line.
Kate, a run like that, just everybody gets to breathe. Things become so much easier when you start a drive with momentum like that.
We'll go to a knee, and that defense can only stop the clock 2 more times. The Black Hole can take that party over to the Vegas Strip as the Raiders win at home. Well, partner, we could see they had high hopes when they entered the stadium earlier today, hoping to pull the road victory off. We know, though, it can be so tough to win on the road, and there's some dejected faces as they leave this football field.
Never enjoyed these flights home. Going to be a long, silent one as they try to figure out what went wrong, ruminate on the outcome of this game. You never like taking one on the chin ever, 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 and heading home just gives them all some extra time to think about what went wrong.
Glad I'm not going to be on that flight.